The Nerlin Nerds podcast is brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. Pulpery Media presents Nerlin Nerds with your hosts, Brock and Ben. This is where we discuss the pop culture topics that interest us and those minor details that irritate us. We're talking about the greatest medical drama of all time.
Correct. In this episode, I got super uncomfortable and upset.
Ooh, I want to hear about that.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you. At any rate, I think they're doing at least 2 more episodes. I think. The Pitt.
So that'd be a 13. Well, again, that makes sense because, again, this very well could be an anthology series.
Yeah, I think it should be.
The next season takes place in Boston or LA or Chicago or something like that. You don't have to have the same cast every year for this.
No. Really? How much?
But
showing me the fucking episode.
I get that. Yeah, it's like you do a shift, or I mean,
16.
If the shift ever ends at that.
So.
Fuck.
2 more episodes.
Yeah.
It said 16, but it only lists 15. Oh, you know why? Because they
got the next season.
Episode 1 of the next season already posted up. So, this one got, the shooting.
Yeah.
Continuing of the shooting.
Yeah, of the mass triage.
At the concert, right?
Yeah.
Except this one, his son. That's his kid?
No.
Stepson.
Well, so he's best way you could say adopted stepson.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He dated his mother, and they connected, and so he's
okay. That's what I thought.
He's not a blood relation to the kid. He's just
That makes sense. So he's tripping over him. That was the previous episode. And this one, he's relieved. He comes in, but in the chaos, he lost his girlfriend. I guess we're gonna call her.
But fucking, what do they call Noah Wiley's character? Dr. Robbie. Dr. Robbie, does everything known to man to try and revive his girlfriend. Including, sob over...
Yes.
As he's giving this girl CPR.
And
everyone around him is like, she's gone. She's gone.
And that was... Okay.
And they intercut that with the COVID scenes, which was just
right here. I wrote it down. PTSD from COVID.
I'm going to let you go
so,
from there.
Yeah, that scene was uncomfortable and upsetting, and it lasted
forever.
Half the show.
It seemed like, yeah.
I couldn't tell you what else was going on around that. I know there were some things. I don't know. The other.
Well, there's the woman who had actual PTSD who's wandering around.
Oh yeah.
And doesn't know why she's wandering around, and they're like, "What the fuck?" There was the hippie who had an internal hemorrhage in his brain, and the young Nebraskan farm boy caught it by doing that weird thing with the eye, seeing it and they had to and fucking chick took the thing that they did to get the bone marrow.
Yes.
Drilled it into his head. And I was going to say Javati, but I know that's not her name. But the one that we hate. She calls the audible, and the other attendant comes up and is like, "Don't ever do that without permission," and then quietly leans into her and be like, "You fucking totally saved that dude's life."
Yeah, exactly. I can't find her name on here because I don't know what she looks like.
But it's the one that we don't like.
Yeah, the dark haired one who ratted on the other Sebastian Stan and Jace.
Yeah. Who's back in moving, wheeling and dealing,
and Robbie hasn't even had time to process that.
Right.
Because he just got
the
his
guy
heart
I
broken.
Fired.
So, yeah, I told to go fucking home during a shift.
But then showed up at the key, in the clutch.
You know what? We're gonna find out that he was outside contemplating life when he noticed everything. All the ambulances come in. Because
I'm sure.
It's 24. It had only been an hour.
I'm betting shift nurse who controls the board,
yes,
called him instead of calling Lady Doctor, who was sent home because she knows what's going on with Lady Doctor and her miscarriage.
Yep.
She probably called him, and she probably knows why he was taking, and it's probably going to end up being like he's taking the pills home to like his like dad or like
his dying
something
second cousin.
Right. Yeah.
These fucking I'm so over it. Talk about it. So when he was working on the girl,
there's redemption coming for him. I think.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, like you swoop in, at the key moment.
Well, yeah.
You're good.
And he was gone in real time in the showtime, like an hour.
Yeah.
An hour and 12 minutes.
But if he can come back in military triage and do that shit, like, I think that's enough evidence he's not so high he can't do his job. And, like, I'm just saying, like, I've known a few doctors in my time, they like to self-medicate as well.
I would want to watching all of that shit, or having to work on a little girl and have her die. But like they couldn't have, like, they had her all splayed open and stuff, and I was just like.
So the scene that broke me was when he takes his stepson in to ID the girlfriend.
Yep.
And his stepson is like, "Why didn't you do more? Do more." And he recounts the list of everybody he lost that day.
Yeah.
And then, like, holds it together just long enough to get him out of the room. And then they whisk him off, and he has this fucking nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
That shit was tough. Fucking Nola Wiley is killing it.
Emmy.
Yeah, it should. Absolutely.
And I know it's early in the year, but it's on Max, so you know it's going to get love.
Yeah.
And they've already renewed it for season 2.
And, I mean, like...
That girl dying, though, I'm sorry, I keep coming
back.
Yeah,
no, I'm fucking... It was
me.
rough. It was rough.
Killed me.
Well, because they kept being like... You kept thinking, like, oh, that next thing...
Right.
Is going to do... And when they got a little bit of a pulse... And then when they got the other attending doctor to check... And she's like, I got nothing. It was like, oh, fuck.
And then that's when everybody took the step back.
Yeah.
Who was it that finally told him to stop?
The other... Like the...
The other attending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was, I mean, he laid it out. He was like, this isn't, this, like, you've done this, and there's no, point, yeah.
You're just wasting shit.
Right. It's just, which, I mean, like, again, and he even says to him, it's like, if we weren't in this circumstance, we'd let you keep going, but we don't have the resources.
Right, exactly. We don't have the resources is perfectly right. We need the space and everything that's...
Yeah.
So we're going to...
Which, again, it's like, I mean, put yourself in the place of anybody in any ER, and if your funding's being cut, people are doing this, that, and the other, and then you got to go. Like, we just don't have the capacity to keep trying to treat this person.
No. They were already talking about...
Even if they're still within the frame of brain death.
They were giving away blood.
Yeah.
My favorite character, right?
Oh, well, it's like, that's it. Like, yeah, like the night attending who comes in early.
Right.
Remember, he's operating and he's got the blood bag at his foot, and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Donating blood."
Yeah.
And still keeps doing his like, "Fuck."
That guy's a gangster of all guys. He just walks in. If I walked into work when it was like a micro fraction of that crazy, I jump out the window. I have panic attacks when I have more than, like, I don't know, 6-8 emails in the morning.
Or like 3 tabs open.
Right. And I'm fucking shaking. This motherfucker walks in off the street and immediately went into MASH mode. He came to work with slap bracelets.
Fucking Hawkeye right there.
Jesus Christ. That guy is good.
No, it's, again, I keep thinking, like, okay, like, and that's what I appreciate about this last episode. It wasn't like they didn't introduce anything brand new. You're still in the midst of this clusterfuck.
Right.
But they're still able to draw you in and pull new emotions out of you.
Right.
The writing on the show is incredible.
Yeah, I don't know who's it. Hey, look, I've got it pulled up right here, Brock. the writers.
I forget. Yeah, the showrunner did something in the past. I forget what it was, but.
Whoa. Huh. It's fucking awesome, and everybody should fucking watch it.
Yeah.
We got a couple of minutes to talk about the Avengers.
Yeah, let's do that.
Before we...
I mean, you mean the movie that we're in? Because everybody...
Dude.
And their fucking dog is in this movie.
My daughter goes to school with one of them. One of them's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean...
And that's the truth.
That one's obvious, right? Like, you know, people were going, oh my God, like they're, you know, the whole Fantastic Four's in there. Like, yeah, of course. Like, but...
It's Dr. Doom. Like, that's their...
But to have
Joker.
Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen
I know.
in there. And Loki. But
and
also...
Nightcrawler's in there.
Yes. Alan Cummings, yes. And your boy...
Oh, yeah. Gambit.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I love how the picture, it was like all these names. He was like the last one.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck you. But like him being in it?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Let's
hook
go.
it to my veins.
Let's go. That's how you get the best out of Gambit.
Yeah. But we get a final Magneto, Professor X. I'm assuming that's their final.
It's gotta be. I mean, they're...
The more and more I see Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, it's like, oh God, you're getting old. Like,
who's the other one that just passed away? Chamberlain?
Yeah, Richard Chamberlain. Yeah, who was in King Solomon's Mines. Remember that?
Yes.
That was him. That was a great, like, bootleg Indiana Jones.
Who was in the... Doesn't matter.
In what?
In the movie you just said.
Here, wait. I'll bring it up while you talk.
Okay.
That's where I know him from. Richard Chamberlain.
I'm interested.
Sharon Stone.
That's kind of
was the it was like
damsel in distress.
Yeah,
yes.
it was a bee romancing the stone.
Oh, those movies kicked ass.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito's the man.
He was Alan Quartermain, by the way.
He was a Quartermain.
Yeah.
So we still haven't. I haven't seen the new Captain America.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know what end credit scene or anything that leads into this.
I was going to try and do it, but now I'm in the move, so it's my weekends are shot until I'm fully in. So.
I don't know. I hope it doesn't get too bloated. Like, I'd be okay if like these people move in for like a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
I know you have to have the entire Fantastic Four.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
You gotta have that.
All of it makes sense.
Yes.
So, but because this is the closing out of the multiverse saga.
So Dr. Doom's gonna take over.
Yeah, or they figure a way of like nipping it in the bud.
Well,
I
think at the beginning we talked about it a few weeks ago about Majors is gonna come back and play Kang, but it's like they're just gonna kill him and
and
Doom will kill him and
you just CGI that shit and you're fine. It's I think because I think what they're if I were Kevin, I would be
sad of ideas.
Is like, okay, so you have these these double storylines, you got to end them, which they're doing, and then you got to pull it back into one unifying force, which of course is what we know is going to be the X-Men, or should be the X-Men. If they don't do that,
and the Fantastic Four.
Well, and again, if you don't do that, you've got James Gunn's DCU coming up with Superman this summer.
And we were talking about...
the fucking trailer got so much traction. The movie's gonna... The following segment has been brought to you by The Goddamn Sauce. Go to thegdsauce.com for details to order all the sauces to replace your ordinary condiments. The Nerla Nerds podcast is a production of Pulpery Media, produced and edited by Ben Grimion, marketing by Brock Ryder, graphic design by Beck Ryder and Ben Grimion, music by the Heisenberg Compensators.